I don't know how well this is going to go, but the car is in park. Can we see that? P for park. And I'm trying to set my phone in my display because kindness is about to have no limits again. Now, I'm going to turn off my Nacho Libre music a little bit because I don't want to get dinged for a copyright strike. I still, on Mrgrrr's to-do list before kindness has no limits is official, is he needs to have permission, consent, and authorization to play the soundtrack of Nacho Libre anytime he wants. Mrgrrr's good. He's good for it. I don't know how much it's going to cost to do that, but we'll find a way to get that done. I was going to talk to someone on the phone as I was driving to the YMCA. It's another arm day today, triceps, and then hit the pool and swim. But the individual in question said, you know what, I would feel better if you didn't talk to me on the phone when you're driving because, hey, they are concerned about my safety. And I asked that individual, I said, well, have you ever driven in a car? And they're like, yeah. And I said, have you ever talked to someone in a car? Yeah. So, I think mentally, Mrgrrr is capable of having a conversation and driving the car at the same time. A lot of people might disagree with that statement. But for the time being, I think that, yep, Mrgrrr can drive a car and chit-chat at the same time. And in fact, that might become my bread and butter as the future goes forward because kindness having no limits means, well, Mrgrrr is going to be on the road because I brought a lot of kindness to where I live, Neenah, Wisconsin, and I brought a lot of kindness to my place of past employment. Man, there's nobody that's given more kindness, in my opinion, there except maybe one individual who inspired me to bring kindness to a whole new level out there. Very inspiring person. I call her Halo. And you know what? I don't know if she knows this, but I did eat that can of tuna that was expired for a long, long, long time, and it made me stronger. So one of the biggest things that I wanted to do was to look Halo in the eye one last time at the end of my career and thank her for the example that she gave to me of, the strength of being able to let go. Amazingly strong, amazingly kind, amazingly compassionate person. And everybody should meet an angel along their way in life. And, well, I've met a bunch. And, hey, I married one. Oh, my gosh. One more chapter. There's only one more chapter left in my wife's new book. I've been reading a chapter a day. Today is the 31st of January. I read chapter 31 today. There are 32 chapters in her book. So February the 1st, the anti-month, the month of suck, is going to start off awesome because I can't wait to read the last chapter of her book and see how it ends up because it's a really, really, really good story. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the Red Text Club. It was a gift for Charlotte, my stepdaughter, about, depression and self-esteem issues and social media addiction and it's a cautionary tale. I think every kid that kind of doesn't feel good about themselves if they read that book, they would feel better about themselves and be inspired and be empowered. But this book that my wife wrote feels like it was more for me. It's called Reality and Ruins. Because you know what? Man, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but Mrgrrr's life, well, it's gone under some seismic changes in the last half a year or so. And but I would not say that there, if there are ruins, I think that Mrgrrrr and Team Van Ryken are going to rise up from the ashes and be better than ever. So, but yeah, this book feels like it was written for me because it involves, can I say it? Do I dare say it? A mental institution. And I know for a fact that I have helped her in her life. She has helped me in my life. And hopefully that book she wrote, when it's on Netflix and everybody's watching it, helps a lot of people. Because you know what? Everybody has a bad mental health day. That's for sure. Like some people get a sniffle, some people get a cough, some people get a cold. Not everybody's mental health is good as it was yesterday. Sometimes just have a, they call it a mental health break day for a reason. So as the world changes, I think mental health issues are going to grow and grow and grow. And are we ready as a society to deal with that? The thing is, reality and ruins. As a former Marine, I just waved to you. I just love it when there's a Marine license plate on a car. So I gave him a big wave. There's a lot of military people that come here early and work out every day at the YMCA, and I'm proud to be in their company. But yeah, as I was saying, reality and ruins. It's a story, a very good story, about life and times in a mental institute. And well, it just feels like what I have been doing for the past 22 years of my life. It's kind of, I think, a tip of the cap to the sacrifices that people make trying to make the world of others better. And that book, my sweetheart, has written, even if the last chapter, is a complete twist, and none of this ever happened, this was all in someone's mind, because my sweetie is a master of throwing in twists, it's still the best book ever. God, I love my wife. Oh, it's time to go work out. There is a lot of people coming and going at Pick and Save today. So I'm kind of on the outskirts of the building, in the shadows, pointing my YouTube camera up at the sky at the words Pick and Save, and talking openly about my soon-to-be shopping experience inside the store. My wife has asked me to go inside and secure a Powerade for her enjoyment today. My wife has probably drank more Powerade than 99.9% of the humans on Earth, and probably 99.99999999999 repeating for a lot of people, because Powerade hasn't been around that long, and while people have been crawling around the Earth quite some time now. But is my wife the best Powerade drinker in the world? Has she drank the most Powerade in the world? Well, if she did, that'd be kind of cool. It's kind of cool being number one, Guinness Book of World Record. Man, that was one of the most popular books ever back where I used to work. Kids love that book. And I think every kid kind of dreams of, I would love to have my name in the Guinness Book of World Records. So if you were the best in the world at something, would you talk about it a lot? I bet you some people would. So I bet you some people wouldn't shut up about it. And there's another type of person that would say nothing about it and move on to the next thing, the next challenge. So why do I bring this up? Well, Mrgrrr is good at stuff. I am. And wouldn't it be cool if I was indeed the best human being in the world, in history, at opening jars of pickles? I'm going to put the pick in pickles. Mrgrrr is always on the lookout for good deals at the grocery store, and one of my frequent stops always is the gently used flower department. These are the flowers that nobody wants, that are going to basically be put down and put in the garbage. They always have these little stickers on them, their last chance for someone to take them home and give them some love. Well, Mrgrrr, he's cheap, he's sentimental, he likes getting flowers for his sweetheart. So many pickles, so little time. These hands were built, both of them, for opening pickle jars. As far as opening pickles go, Mrgrrr is ambidextrous, just like SpongeBob, and I'm in luck. You know why? There's some pickles that are under $2, and there's a lot of pickles to choose from. Don't get me wrong, but there are only this jar of pink pickles, sugar-free. I've never heard of sugar-free pickles. Calorie zero. Ooh, well, I'll be darned. You know what? Mrgrrr is going to take this jar of pickles to practice his technique on. Now, there's a lot of history in Pick and Save with regards to pickles and my family. Gabriel, when he was young, we would come shopping with him, and one of his favorite things to do was to take a jar of pickles, push it off the shelf, and have it shatter all over the ground. It's kind of like fireworks if you think about it. You have a loud noise, a pop, and then an explosion, and a lot of moisture everywhere, because Gabe is just drawing the water. And even though there might not be any sugar inside of those pickles, there's definitely water in there. And well, hey, Gabe likes to play with water, and there's water inside the pickle jar, so why not? The cheapness in me is like, man, I could get this big jar of pickles for $2.99, which is, let's see, oh yeah, twice the size. I'm gonna have to consider what I'm gonna do here. There's people walking by. I don't want to film anybody else. So I'm just gonna go wait here until they pass around. Okay, coast clear. Yeah, screw that. I'm getting the big bag. That's more pickles per square inch. And you know what? I think practicing on this jar is going to be much more manly than practicing on the little jar. So, all right. But anyway, yeah. So Gabe would come here, and he loved destroying pickle jars. And I would reimburse the people at the front counter when they did that. You know, if he broke this pickle jar, I'd say, "Oh, I owe you $3.59." They're like, "No, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "No, take the money by all means. You guys got kids to feed, and I don't want to be remembered as the guy that broke pickle jars without paying for them." And it just happened over and over and again. And the correct thing might have been, stop taking your son by the pickle department. Totally disagree with that. You got to learn in life, and doing things that are wrong or are not socially appropriate. Well, avoiding problems does not make them go away. So we practiced and practiced and practiced going by the pickles over and over and over until he was cool with not breaking them. So, yeah, I love me some pickles. I love me my boys. I love me my wife. I need to go find a Powerade, not pickle flavored. I ain't got no problem with that.